And then what ESRI does as a company is we make pre-built applications to satiate that need. So that means we've got point solutions to provide mapping and visualization techniques and applications. Okay, so these are out-of-the-box applications. ESRI has approximately 400 pre-built applications ready right now. That the bottom line to you guys is that they're pre-built. Nobody, when we're talking about like coding and like, oh, I wanna build this application so I go to my smartphone, it does this. We're not doing that. Nobody does that. We're not coding. We're not doing any of that. We've already got a pre-built solution for that. Load your data and go. That's how it works. Treasure trove of data that you have, turn it into information. What is that data telling us?
First, we are trying to build our current GIS environment up to the point, or basically we are trying to upgrade our servers, the environment, the capacity, the performance-wise, whatever the technical side, IT side, we need to build our GIS current environment, what Mitch is saying, to go up to that level first. Right now, what the version we are using and the tools we are saying is not available in our current versions or the licenses. So basically we need to first progress into the licensing. We need to analyze our current agreement and make sure the current agreement is up to the point where we can basically consider all these tools in our current licenses. We cannot use whatever he's saying just because we are underutilizing and we are under agreement. First we need to correct that part. When we correct our agreement, when we rebuild our current environment up to the point where we have the data, but we are not able to utilize that because of our performance issue or server is not up to the point where it should run. So when Mitch said, okay, I can give you the tool, but we have to make sure our current process can run that tool, and you cannot be able to see the problems when it gets loading issues. So we will first do that. Then we will make sure that whatever tools every department needs, we have that. And then we will use those tools to build the current, what he showed in the slides.
Okay.
So that's basically the plan to go.
So build up the GIS infrastructure to where it needs to be.
Perfect.
Kind of.
But then I hear our GIS administrator say, we'll get to this when we have the things we need. I mean, people don't even log into our GIS online that I've created accounts for because I knew it would help them the job. They have never looked at it. So I mean, I think what Eric's saying is that we're going to spend a lot more money to do it. How do we know we're not going to be in the same boat 3 years from now, only however much less money in our budget? We're not using the tools we have. Now,
That's something that will have to be determined internally, but the best advice that I can give you is have a vision. We're not trying to recreate the wheel. Yeah, we're not trying to recreate the wheel. Let's just take like what Topeka did. Let's just do what they did. All the tools are there, right? When I showed you the city of Elgin, Illinois for the transparency, we had the vision. That was our mission statement. Create the best police transparency site in America. That was our mission statement. So I think to your point, James, is we got to think big. We got to go outside the box. We got to think really big.
That 36-month timetable, knowing where we came from, that seems daunting. But we have control over that.
You do?
I mean, there are things that once we address our licensing issues or our infrastructure issues, we can start picking the low dangling fruit department by department.
At the last meeting, we did talk. That is one of the main things that we're going to focus on. And Tracy and I have had a lot of conversations about making sure that responsibilities and roles for everyone is defined very specifically.
Okay, so these are out-of-the-box applications. ESRI has approximately 400 pre-built applications ready right now.
So that's one of the huge things we're going to focus on. As far as the user group making decisions, they're only going to make decisions about how they do certain things. It'll be up to the GIS board to push them in a direction and make sure that they're going the direction that the county wants. That'll be the kind of focus of that GIS board. So that'll hopefully avoid a lot of those issues that you were talking about, and the individuals that I have in mind for that GIS board are most of the individuals here on this board, yourself included, the people who have active administrative almost liability in GIS. So getting that correctly worded and set up, I think, is a big part and a big step going forward. The responsibilities and roles for everyone is defined very specifically.
To upgrade our servers, the environment, the capacity, the performance wise.
We'll get to this when we have the things we need.
Very specifically.
Have a vision.
The capacity, the performance wise.
Specifically.
Not trying to recreate the wheel.
We really need leadership here, because I've been here a year, and these meetings devolve into infighting and complaining, and there's really not a point person that says, you gotta do it this way. And that's about it. Okay.
And that's the plan basically we come up to, that I'm also here for like last 2 years, and I'm also seeing the same thing what you are just mentioned. So that's why I saw the current GIS environment, how it is working, and that's where we come to the plan. We need to upgrade the system, then we need to upgrade the people and tell them, yes, we have now upgraded system and you can utilize the GIS based on that. Right now we are not offering that because I know we are underutilizing it, and if I provide the solution, it will not gonna happen because of the performance issue or the server capacity or whatever the IT terms are. So that's the way we have to go. For first couple of months, we have to basically concentrate on the GIS infrastructure. Then we have to focus on the tools. We need to upgrade the system. Then we need to upgrade the people.
We'll get to this when we have the things we need.
We really need leadership here.
We need to upgrade the people.
But we have control over that.
Very specifically.
We feel that we understand what we're getting. I understand we got to do the 25, but do we as a commission understand what we're getting for that extra money? I know you talked about licenses, but I'm thinking more in terms of what does that mean to the citizens? What does that mean to the employees of Tippecanoe County? Can you help me understand that a little more?
So, and that's a fantastic question. We have a roadmap from Mitch, which outlines the answers exactly to your question about what we're going to provide for the county, both the citizen and the employee. If you read through that roadmap, I know it's long, it's 37 pages, maybe even longer, but that details department by department what we'll be able to do with this as we move forward. And I think that the GIS board, specifically being able to supervise and overview and ensure that everyone in the county is working towards that and making sure that we're actually getting the most use out of that EA agreement. I think that would be an important responsibility for them.
We'll get to this when we have the things we need.
We really need leadership here.
Okay, so these are out-of-the-box applications. ESRI has approximately 400 pre-built applications ready right now.
I know we are underutilizing it.
We really need leadership here.
We gotta think big. We gotta go outside the box.
We really need leadership here.
We gotta think really big.
I know we are underutilizing it.
The responsibilities and roles for everyone is defined very specifically.
We really need leadership here.
I know we are underutilizing it.
And then what ESRI does as a company is we make pre-built applications
We'll get to this when we have the things we need.
ready right now.